Well, this is the most incompetent administration in American history. I've called it. There's nowhere that is not incompetent. I don't know what to say. And I am begging for the Trump administration to do anything that I can praise them for. Any fucking thing at this point. I am begging you to please make me say good things about you. Because at this point, you're playing in all our faces. You're playing in all our faces because we realize you're going to be bad. But it's like you're doing a challenge of, let me show you how bad I can really be. Now, just in case you don't know me, this is the Opinion Caucus. My name is Jamie Morgan, and today we're talking about political things that are going on and the fact that Caroline Leavitt let the beans be spilled that there was never a threat from Iran to our homeland that existed, ever. Let's dive right into this. Before we do, please do me the hugest favor. If you enjoy this content, like, comment, subscribe, become part of the family. We're trying to grow this channel. So just doing that little small favor pushes it out in the algorithm so other people can also find us. Let's hop right into this. So like I said, this is the most incompetent administration in American history. Caroline Leavitt let the beans be spilled. Midas Touch caught this. Hey, this post and story should be immediately retracted by ABC for providing false information to intentionally alarm the American people. They wrote this based on one email that was sent to a local law enforcement in California about a single unverified tip. The email even states the tip was based on an unverified intelligence. Yet ABC News left out this critical fact in their story. Why? To be clear, listen, she said this herself, not I. To be clear, no such threat from Iran to our homeland exists, and it never did. If it never did, then why are 13 service members dead? What was the purpose? Because y'all told us an imminent threat. Now, the story's flipped so many different times, I can't even list all the numerous reasons why they've told us that we are in this war. Oh, I forgot. It's not a war, because if it was, then you would be defying Congress because you didn't go to them first to declare war. My bad. But let's keep on going. Why don't we? So Donald Trump has escalated this war. And this is an old post because at this point, Donald Trump has said that he has bombed, I believe it's Kang Island. I can't say right. I just know that 90% of Iran's oil is transported from this island, right? They already have the Strait of Hormuz closed. That is 20% of global oil travels through that. Right now, they're bombing oil that specifically goes to India and China. They're threatening to completely obliterate all of its infrastructure. Now, I don't know about y'all, but in South Carolina, where I lived at, even the BJ's, the gas was like $3.12. That's expensive. Can any of y'all afford this? Y'all, please tell me in the comments, how much is gas where y'all are at? Because I'm hearing that by the next 2 weeks, if this is not cleared up, and based off of all reports, it's going to take months to get this infrastructure up and running again. But in 2 weeks, we're looking at $4. But let's keep on going, y'all, because Donald Trump, like I told you, this administration is a sick administration. This administration is an incompetent administration because a reporter asked Donald Trump a very clear question. And y'all, please listen to what he has to say. This is coming from Brandon Allen off of Twitter. Y'all should follow him. He's freaking awesome. Let me pull it up for you.
You just suggested that Iran somehow got its hands on a tomahawk and bombed its own elementary school on the first day of the war. But you're the only person in your government saying this. Even your defense secretary wouldn't say that when he was asked, standing over your shoulder on your plane on Saturday. Why are you the only person saying this?
Because I just don't know enough about it. I think it's something that I was told is under investigation. But tomahawks are used by others, as you know. Numerous other nations have tomahawks. They buy them from us. But I will certainly, whatever the report shows, I'm willing to live with that report.
Your president just said that he was willing to live with a report that over 150 plus young girls were killed by Americans. Because, no offense, we're complicit in this because this was our taxpayer money that was funding and paying for this weapon. This weapon that went and was used and targeted a young girls' school, killing 150 plus young girls and about 14 adults. I don't want to live with that. I don't want that sin to be part. I don't want that sin on me. I want to go to heaven. But as Marjorie Taylor Greene pointed out, this is a man that has made jokes continuously. He has made jokes continuously, laughing about the idea that I'm not going to heaven. No, I'm sorry, but I'm never joking about if I'm going to heaven or hell. But y'all, we have an administration and we have a political party that is based off of a cult of personality, which basically means whatever Donald Trump wants, that is what they will do. You can't function in society like that. You have to have boundaries. You have to have rules of the road. And this is an administration that has been showing us over and over again they're willing to break things to go over the law and apologize later. Not really even apologize, just act like they didn't realize that what they were doing and just keep on going anyway. This is an administration that judges have said has defied court orders over 100 times. This is an administration that has constantly been pushing the boundaries of what they think that the president should be able to do. And now we have a president who is saying in 4K, as clear for all of us to see, that he is willing to live with the report that over 150 plus young girls were targeted and killed by the United States. Yes, on accident, but still, if they were not trying to gut the government and these very important departments within the Pentagon and all these other special 3 and 4 letter agencies, maybe they could have caught on to the fact that they had old information. And this was not a school that was on a base that you should be targeting. Just in general, why would you be targeting a school at all, even if it is on a base, when there is a high likelihood that there will be children in that school? Nobody was like, hold on, let's check this information 1, 2, 3, 4 more times. Nobody was like, let's just, slow our paces. You didn't catch this. And then we have people that go on TV and become just propaganda machines saying false things with no care in the world because they're hoping to win an election. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, you know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about Scott Jennings. Listen to what he had to say on CNN. It was despicable. It's disgusting. It was totally Scott Jennings. Let's watch.
They're letting their
That's not a good example of a successful
not ours. But I mean, if you listen to that, I mean, you're hearing, Scott, 2 different messages here. But the bottom line is that it's not happening right now. We are 12 days into this war. And for us, and for the rest of the world outside of Iran, China, and India, the Strait of Hormuz is closed. So we are effectively unprepared for this moment.
Well, I mean, as you said, we're 12, 13 days into this, and I suspect that over the next few days, we will be working with international partners to open it up. I don't know whether it will happen within the next 24 hours, 48, or what have you, but it's obviously a priority. I agree with Joe. This is really the last thing Iran is capable of doing, and so we have to destroy their capabilities of doing that. It seems to me, given the fact that they have been intermittently attacking all their neighbors in the Gulf, the other Arab states, that they would have some interest in possibly over time ensuring that the strait remains open. So I think it's sort of fashionable to freak out and have a meltdown when you oppose something in the first place. But again, we're in the middle of the second week of this. We have pummeled their offensive capabilities. We have destroyed nearly all of their air defenses. I mean, I think we are currently meeting our objectives. I think the issue you raised
What are
about
our objectives?
No nukes, no missiles and drones, no aggressive Navy, no exporting of terrorism.
Based on what?
Period.
Based on what intelligence? Based on what evidence?
You don't think Iran is the largest state sponsor of terror, that they pursue nuclear weapons, that they have missiles and drones, and they have an aggressive Navy?
What's the evidence that we've met those objectives?
Yeah. How do you know when it ends?
Well, we have a severe... I mean, in the daily Pentagon briefings, we get a mathematical calculation of the degradation of the number of missiles and drones they've been able to fire. Number 2, we have a full, we have an account. Yes, we have.
Well,
we have an accounting.
Building new missiles and drones every day.
They have talked about their capacity.
We have an accounting every day of how many ships we've sunk, and so we are.
But I guess I wonder, I mean, the 2 perhaps most important.
They constantly harass ships.
The 2 most important elements of this are going to be the nukes and this idea that are they going to export terrorism? I don't think we've seen any evidence that either of those two things have actually been halted.
I think the nuclear, just to answer your question, to me, the nuclear piece is the most important piece. The president set a red line.
What I find ironic is that he's saying that the nuclear piece is the most important piece. However, remember, last year, 12 days, they were bombing Iran. They said that they obliterated all nuclear capabilities then. So, what is the purpose of going now? What was the purpose of 13 U.S. service members losing their lives? What was the purpose of changing 13 families that will now have to bury a loved one? What was the purpose? And they can't give one. Because guess what? This war is going based off of Donald Trump's pact of a feeling. This war is based off of Donald Trump's want to distract from the Epstein files. And I believe that wholeheartedly. There was no reason for this conflict to escalate to the point that it has escalated to, if not for these files. Because nobody can articulate substantially using the same points over and over again while we're there. There is no reason. But let's keep going, y'all.
I'm never going to permit them to have nuclear weapons. They went to the table with our negotiators, and their opening position was,
where are they?
We have the material to do 11.
Yeah, I guess
that's what we have to take away.
I get that we know that they said that they had it, but I'm asking, do we know that we've destroyed it? Do we
We've not
have it in our possession?
No.
So that's going to be a key question.
And that's part of the problem. This whole mission has been a disaster. And I think it's an unmitigated...
It's Iran?
It's an unmitigated disaster. It's an unmitigated disaster for the world, for the United States of America. Maybe it's funny to you, but...
It's funny to me that you're hoping that we lose this war to Iran.
I never said that.
Who's it a disaster for?
It's a disaster for the 170 school children who were killed by our U.S. Tomahawk missile. It's a disaster. It's a disaster for the...
Now I'm going to pause there because you see how he's shaking his head. You know, what do you mean? You're shaking off the fact that 170 plus, I said 150, so the numbers might have changed. 170 plus, 150 plus children unalived by U.S. Tomahawk missiles, something that we, the American taxpayers, paid for. So we are complicit in this happening. You're shaking it off. This is what I'm saying. These people have no moral high ground to walk on. These people have no morality whatsoever, no humanity whatsoever. Because how can you be sitting here smirking after he just mentioned the lives of 150 plus young girls whose lives have been taken? Is that Christian? Is that MAGA? Was that what y'all stand for now?
Disaster for the 7 U.S. soldiers, the 7 U.S. soldiers who were killed.
You're wish-casting an American disaster is amazing.
No.
It's incredible.
Scott, this mission has been a disaster. The motives have continued to change from one day to the next.
They have not.
The announcement today from the White House was almost identical to the announcement on March 2nd.
Can I just finish? I let everyone else speak. I haven't spoken. President Trump said he wanted unconditional surrender. He said he wanted regime change. We're not going to get unconditional surrender. We're not going to get regime change. We have another Ayatollah Khomeini now in charge. The same person, same person with a different person with the same name, essentially running the country right now.
Maybe.
And maybe or maybe not. But we don't know what's going on because our government hasn't been truthful in telling us what we need to know about what's happening. And this is part of the problem.
What have they not been truthful about?
This is part of the problem with the administration because they've been dishonest about what their objectives were from the beginning. They've been dishonest about what they've accomplished from the beginning.
What's the evidence of dishonesty?
And they were dishonest about the Tomahawk missile.
What is the evidence of dishonesty?
The evidence of dishonesty would be, in August, they told us they had completely decimated Iran's nuclear program. Then we had to get at them because they were getting nukes. Then it wasn't about the nukes, it was about regime change. Then it wasn't about regime change, it was about terrorism. So they don't have their story straight. So that's what they haven't been honest about, Scott. And at $1 billion a day, $11,000 a second, the American people are allowed to ask what the problem is. And we're not going to laugh about it, okay? That's not what we're going to do.
And she's exactly right. I'm proud of her for being able to remember all of the different story changes we've gotten. At $11,000 a second, is that what she said? And they tell us we can't afford health care. And we can't get an extension of the ACA credits. This is what I'm talking about. They're focused on everything except for what they should be focused on. The American people. What happened to America first? It doesn't exist. And like I said, we have a very sick administration. We have a very sick political party at work right now. Because you know what they're doing on top of this? Y'all, they're making memes of this stuff now. They think that war is a game. They think that killing people is a game. That life and death is a game. This is from the official White House Twitter account. Y'all look at this clip. Now, just in case you couldn't tell, this is from Wii. If you are around my age, you remember about 10, 14, we used to play the Wii. And they decided that they're going to use the Wii Fit to make a meme about killing people, taking out targets. They are so unserious, it's not even funny at this point. They are so unserious. I want to cry. They are so unserious. I want to scream. Like, I don't know if y'all saw this recent clip from James Carville, but when he's talking about Trump derangement, I'm starting to feel every word of what he said. Like, because you're talking about like life and death. Like, as a Christian, I'm like I tell you, I'm from South Carolina. As a Christian, you are taught to not do this, whatever this is. Like, I'm starting to wonder, who are they praying to? Because they can't be praying to the same God I pray to. They can't. Because my God would not do this, not trying to get all religious and whatnot in this, but y'all, they're making memes out of killing people. Like, y'all just tell me what y'all think about all this in the comments. I'm gonna leave us here because if I go any further, I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind. But like I said, y'all tell me what y'all think about all this in the comments. Remember, subscribe if you don't mind. Please like, share the video. We're trying to grow this channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Please also check out the other stuff on the channel. Bye.